CMPRadio.net. It's the station. CMPRadio.net, the voice of Chester.
Everybody, my name is Donna, also known as Donna Janel, CEO and founder of Parenting with a Purpose. Our strive here at the podcast is to reach every home, whether it's single moms, married, single dads, whatever it is, foster parents, whatever, just bringing the ownership and responsibility and nobility back into parenting. Get comfortable with uncomfortable conversations. All parents need some help and guidance, and I'm just here to be a guide. Hey everybody, welcome to Donna Janel, Parenting with a Purpose. I am your host, Donna Janel, where we are parents as the bows and our children are our arrow, and they're going to land wherever we send them. Right now, we are just enjoying life right now and enjoying this great day outside. As you guys recall, last week we had single moms on, and single moms were giving their point of views about the life of a single mom, and we had some mom that was dealing with a lot of challenges with the baby father, and then we also had a mom who seems to be having it all together with the baby father. So this week we're going to have single fathers on here. But before I introduce my guest, I just want to give you a little bit of news and the facts. I read an article about children and Crocs. And you know those Crocs, those flip-flop Crocs that they have fur in them now sometimes, so they're for the winter, and we have them for the summer. But one of the issues that's going on is that I've seen a lot of toddlers with them, newborn babies, toddlers, middle-aged, elderly people, and actually they're not good. Most pediatricians or even podiatrists recommend that nobody wear Crocs unless you're just kind of walking around the house, but not wearing them consistently throughout the day, because they're not shoes to wear throughout the day. The greatest concern is with the youth, though, because, you know, as children are growing, their feet are forming, their toes are forming, and with Crocs, your toes aren't allowed to touch the ground. They actually don't touch the ground, so it's kind of like you can't really feel exactly where you're walking. You're kind of scooting everywhere. And there's a lot of children who have broken toes, broken ankles, because as you know, the back of the Croc, there's a little strap, but that's really not supportive, especially for children who are growing. You know, back in the day, they had these, what they call walking shoes, them hard white shoes with the thick sole where you kind of have the ankle supported. Well, you know, with Crocs, nothing's supported, barely. Again, they're so wide that your feet is not even really touching anything that, in order for you to feel how you're supposed to walk. Lately, there has been a lot of injuries with these Crocs. These children, broken toes, like I said, and even to the point where they end up having to get amputated, either the ankle, the foot, or even a toe, because once the toe is broken, sometimes you don't get the great circulation. So I just wanted to put this personal service announcement out there, like, they're cute, but they're not healthy. These children should not be walking with Crocs. Like, unless you just want your child to have the 4 feet, by the time they're 40 and 50, they can't even walk straight because they've had an amputee or just a lot of bruising going on. So just be mindful of when we want to put these nice, cute, fashionable things on our children, that it's not equipped for everybody. All right? All right, now we're going to tune into our guest here. The first, I'm going to introduce them. Both of them I know really well. One is Rainier Chapman, to my right. Say hi, Ray.
What's going on, everybody?
And then I have AJ Ridley. I didn't say your name right. Ridley. Everybody say hi to AJ. AJ, say hi.
Hello.
And I also have our producer here too, Pierre, Uncle P.
Yep. I'm here.
And I wanted to have the conversation with the men today, the fathers, because there's a lot of stereotypes when it comes to black fathers. There's a lot of negative things saying about black fathers, but I know there were black fathers out there who actually are taking care of their business and handling their children, and they still have some challenges and complications going on with it, and I just wanted to hear their point of view. All right. So
You sure?
you
sure you want our point of view?
They're ready tonight. So I'm just gonna pose. I'm just gonna do a little groundbreaking stuff. Ray, how many children do you have?
2. I have a 14-year-old daughter, and I have a 7-year-old son.
All right. And AJ, how many children do you have?
3.
And what the ages and gender?
All boys, 15, 5, and 5 months.
All boys.
6
All
months.
boys?
Yeah.
How you do
wow.
that?
All right, a pig.
How you do that?
Well, you know the male is the one that determines the sex.
I don't
he
believe
just wanted
that.
all boys.
I don't believe that.
I wish
I wanted a daughter once, but
I don't believe
so
that.
happened to get
It's
on.
genetics. I'll show you off air.
That doesn't mean anything.
How many children do you have and their gender or age?
Well, put their 2 children, their 5 children together, and I still beat them, right? I have 7. I have 7 children. Now you're going to ask me the next question. Go ahead.
Their
Go
ages
ahead.
and their gender.
Go ahead. 20, 18, 16, 9, 7. 7 is twins. They'll be 8 in April. And then 2 years old.
Okay.
6 girls, 1 boy.
Oh. Okay. You got 6 girls and 1 boy.
6
Wow.
girls, one boy. I love them. I love them with all my heart, right? It's amazing. Being a father is amazing.
And not to get too personal, but how many baby moms do you have?
I don't call them baby mothers.
Tell
How
me
many
mothers.
how many mothers of my children?
That's good. Yes.
Right. I have 4.
4.
Right.
Okay.
2.
3.
3. Okay. Now, do you guys work part-time, full-time?
Full time.
Full-time.
Full time and part time.
Full-time and part-time.
Right.
Part-time.
Right. Now, do any of your children live with you?
No.
No. Well,
Yes.
my daughter did, but she lives with her mom.
Okay. All right. Well, I remember your daughter living with you for years. Can you tell me about her how it was raising a daughter as a father, and before she transitioned to her mom, and then why she transitioned to her mom, if that kind of.
Well, my daughter was up to about the 6th grade, and she was like, "Dad, I'm getting older. I'm turning into a young lady, and I want to, try to live with my mom to see what that's like. My mom can teach me things that you can as a woman, and you've done a great job raising me, protecting me, make sure I'm in straight. Went to school, lunch, and all that. I want to see what my mom does. And she's been an honor roll student ever since letters have been formed. So I can say that she's still doing the same thing as when she lived with her mom.
Now, you had your daughter from birth. You raised her by yourself from birth, or how was that?
Well, what they say, it take a village to raise a child. So I had people, my mom, aunts, uncles, cousins, church family, friends. Raising a daughter is very tough because they have their own personality, and then when she get into her little moment of the period came on, I was like,
Adolescence?
I was kind of confused. I was like, I don't know what to do. I said, something, tell me. I said, called her mom. I said, listen, I don't know what she's going to do, so tell me what I need to go pick up or whatever. My mom said, calm down. People help me out, raising a girl.
Yeah, it's definitely different raising a girl. I know me raising a son as a single mom, he started having questions about his genital areas, and I'm just like, I need somebody to talk to him about this because I don't have that. So, raising a girl, like, they have a lot more questions.
Yes.
And how was your relationship with the mother of your child?
But in the beginning, we did live together. And we kind of both sides of the family didn't agree to our relationship because she was the older woman and I was younger male. So a lot of times they think, oh, the older woman is going to, I guess, rob the cradle for the younger guys. And, you know, I always attracted to older women. So it was just like, Mom, this is what I want. This is what I like.
Right.
But my family did agree because they loved me and that's
Right.
who I wanted to be with. But
Her family.
her family was like, this young guy, where he come from and all this and that. So that kind of collides with our families. But push come to shove, you know, we'd have our altercations and we did argue. We fought a little bit, but it was never to the point where we hurt each other.
Okay.
You know, we never really got to that point, but, you know, we had to get into the court system, and the court system gave me custody for the first couple years of her life, and then she decided to go live with her mom until high school.
Okay. Now, how is your relationship with her now that she lives with her mom?
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's great. We always can call each other, hey, you know, hey, she's getting her hair done. I need such and such money for her hair done. All right, cool. Here you go. You know, we don't have no issues. And we did have a couple issues, but it was like small argument. It was never a big argument where it made it so I couldn't see my daughter or I couldn't go. She couldn't come over here.
Okay. All right. And then you said you have a son too, right?
Yeah, Aiden.
And he doesn't live with you though, or
No.
haven't never lived with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only because, like I said, I work early in the morning. So I work at 5 o'clock in the morning, and there's no sense of waking a 7-year-old up to go
To school.
15 minutes to school right then and where his mom can do it. But I just get them on the weekends, and any downtime that I have day off during the week, I grab them.
Oh, okay. And AJ, so your children don't live with you? None of your children live with you? Or?
Yeah, my oldest son does.
Your oldest son does. And has he always lived with you, or have you pretty much raised him
Yes.
as a single father?
I mean, I had help, but
I mean, yeah, you had your
Oh,
village, right?
yeah.
I feel like men don't like that single
Yeah,
father situation. I know I don't, right? Because when you have, but get back to the interview. I'll wait till you
The
get to that.
term is
Right.
is the term single father offensive? I mean, I don't think the term single mother is offensive. I mean,
No, you
I am
wouldn't.
a mother raising my child
Women-
on my own.
Women
No, I
take on
wouldn't
those.
say it's offensive, but
How would you identify yourself as a father who is raising their child?
well, I'm in a relationship now with you know my last son mom, but with the first one I would say it was hard because I was young. I was like 16, turning 17 with a kid, so I was still in high school and really didn't know much about being a dad. So it was like, all right, it's time to play ball because the mom stepped off. So it's like, all right, he don't got nobody. And I feel like if I didn't have my mom, it probably would have been a crazy turnaround for him because it would have been like, all right, you got to figure this all out on your own. But you know, mom played a big role in helping raise, you know, my son.
So you had your son when you were 16, 17, and the mom stepped up. The mom was around the same age?
Yeah, she's only like a year or two older. than
Okay.
me.
And then she decided she didn't want to be a part of raising him, or how did?
I guess she didn't want to be like in a relationship with me, so it was like, all right, you know, because at the time she was staying with us, so it was like, I guess you don't want to be with me, so you got to leave. So she was kind of like an in and out situation. So it was like, all right, we just gonna cut all that off. Like, you got what you got going on, and he could just stay with me because I have a stable living
home.
situation.
Right,
So
right.
Right.
he could stay there, but it was still like, all right, you gonna get in when I gotta go to work, or you gonna get in while I got stuff to do, like. And then it just became like, nah, I'm out. So
Oh wow.
it's like, oh, okay, but
See you.
That's challenging.
it was.
It is.
It
Yeah.
was very talented. So
So you would say, being that you were fathering your son and you were young, your mother or your village pretty much helped you.
yeah.
So do you think if you didn't have that support in that village, like how would you?
I think it would have definitely probably been a lot harder than what it was.
Hell
But
yeah.
even if I don't say it would have been harder, it would have been like, I don't know, because it was probably a lot of times I didn't know what was going on
Right.
or what to do or even what to say. Like, he could have just been crying. We both crying because it's like, I don't know. What you want me to do?
I don't know what you want. I don't know what I'm supposed
Like,
to
you
do.
can't talk. You're still like a little baby where you gotta have someone talking or doing everything for you, and it's like You got to grow up a little quicker, buddy, because I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, it was definitely a challenge, and I had to grow up a lot faster than most young men.
Okay. Now, do you guys have, we talked about you guys, because you guys had your children, raising them, but how about co-parenting? You have a couple mothers.
We got a few.
You got a few. P has a few.
We got 9 up here.
Yeah, okay.
2, 3, 4. That's 9. That's 9 for 3.
Oh, yeah.
So we can break it up. You can take one of mine. We could all be at 3. You feel me?
No, but how is it co-parenting? We always hear one side. I want to hear, I want to hear the challenges.
There's always challenges when you're co-parenting, when you're doing anything with anyone else. I think our ethnic group, our women like to fight.
Huh?
They
Are you generalizing?
I'm not general. I mean, that's the only women I've ever dealt with. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you only know what you know.
Aggressive ones,
right? And I have 4 baby moms.
Okay.
All 4 of them.
That's different.
At some point in time, have fought, yelled, screamed, cussed me out for things that they know I could do, but I'm not able to do it at that moment. See, a lot of females feel like they have their kids, and I understand that, right? 24/7, right? When your kid is sick, they got to do things. When the kid needs something, they got to do things. But guess what? If I'm not there 24/7, then I can't do what you want me to do on Tuesday. Because you called me on Tuesday, say, I need this today. I can't do that. I got to figure out where I'm staying at. I got to figure out where I'm living at. I got to do for me. Now, if I didn't have to do anything and I can live in a car right out front of your house and not have to pay no rent, you come out there and knock on the window. I need some money, and I'll roll down the window and give it to you. But I have to live. I have to drive. I have to buy a car. I have to pay insurance. I have to do all the things that I need to do for me to function. It's too bad we can't do that together.
Okay.
You feel me? So you don't want to be with me, but you still want me to be 100% responsible for everything that you can't fill the void of. And as a father, that's my job. So I'm not mad at anybody, but communicate that to me. Talk to me. Let's have a conversation.
Tell me in advance.
I have one, I'm not going to say one, I have 2, that we can have a conversation and it be a conversation that's going to help our kids. Right. The other 2 are a little lost. So one is my ex-wife. You feel me? We can have a conversation and we'll be smooth. You know what I mean? So I don't count her with my other mothers of my children because that was my wife. Okay. At some point, it broke off because I was out here running the streets. Yes, I was out here playing and running the streets, and I created 3 other children while I was with my wife, right? And that just broke her heart. And
that's another segment.
That's a whole nother segment. So bring me on cheating husbands. Next parenting with a purpose. Right? But there was a lot of pain in me. I have abandonment issues. My dad died when I was 12, you feel me? I felt like I was all alone. So if I'm dealing with a woman and she doesn't meet what I want, then I'm gonna go look for another woman. You know what I mean? And that was my issue. It's no longer my issue currently, but it was then. Okay. And for me, having children, my first child was born when I was 23 years old. I was still running the street. You feel me? I had just started. You feel me? It was just starting for me. My next child was born when I was 25. Still running the street. My next child, which was when my son was born, I was 26. And I had just got locked up. And it was over. I was done running the street. You feel me? And I was about to leave my son. So that hurt me. So when I came home, it was like, all right, I'm done. But I wasn't done. I have an addictive personality. So whatever I do, I have to do it till I can't do it anymore, right? So I was cheating. I was lying. I was out there playing the street. So I kept on doing it until I couldn't do it anymore. All right, I got 3 kids. I'm done. I don't want no excess from you. I don't want none from you. I want love. Right. But it's hard to find love when I've already put myself out there as a dog. So now I'm a dog walking around with a gold collar on, and don't nobody want to put no leash on me. I'm just pissing where I want to piss at. And that hurts. That hurts a dog, bro. That hurts a man. You feel me?
So Yeah, that's another segment.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, cheating husbands.
Because that's a lot.
It is.
So you have 9 children.
No, I don't have 9. I have 7.
I'm sorry, I got lost in the numbers.
No, I have 7. I have 7. I have 7 children.
You have 4
I have 4 mothers of my children.
mothers of your children.
Right,
Okay,
right.
all right. Listen, I've been lost in these numbers over here.
And I never wanted that. I wanted a big family.
That's my question.
I wanted a big family. I wanted to have at least 9 kids, like you said. You feel me? And just one woman. My wife, I was with her. I was 17 years old. We were together, straight out of college. I dropped out. You feel me? Started running the streets, and she moved in with me. It just didn't go the way it was supposed to go.
Because you was here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen. I will accept that, and I only say I wasn't the only one.
Right. Okay. So as far as parenting now, you know, you said that you don't kind of have the same issues anymore. You know, as far as your relationships. I think that's good because as you're a parent, like you don't want certain things for your children.
Absolutely.
You don't want them to repeat those behaviors.
Absolutely.
So you're saying co-parenting 2 out of 4 of the mothers of your children is cohesive. It's good. It's not an issue.
I make sure all 4 situations are good for my kids.
Okay.
I make sure if I can do it, I do it. If I can show up, I show up. If I can pull up, I pull up. You know what I mean? So I'm not. I can say we just don't know. In the other 2, we don't know how to talk to each other. Okay. So, you know, motherfucker, you didn't. And this, who the fuck you talking to? You feel me? Like, and it just goes and it continues to go. And then it comes to a point where I'm like, you know what? I had a stroke last summer. Dealing with the yelling and the fussing. Like, I will hang up with one, the next one calling me, the next one calling me. It's like, fuck, what was I thinking, right? You got to be rich, Nick Cannon, to have more than one baby mom. If you don't have that money, it's going to be hell. You feel me? Because everybody wants the same thing. And I have 3 older kids. So my daughter last year was graduating high school. Made sure she was straight. Made sure she got everything she needed. I got another one right behind her about to graduate high school.
Right.
You feel me? Make sure she was straight. Make sure she got everything. Now my other little kids sitting there looking at me. Their mom's looking at me like, oh, that's what you doing? But when they graduate, there won't be no kids behind them. You feel me? So they'll get everything that they deserve. But and I used to say it all the time, the older kids were the first in line. So they have to receive. When they turn 18, then they're out my way. You feel me? I'll help you out a little bit, but don't call me for sneakers. You can get a job. You can work. Right. I was working at 16. You feel me? I'm still here to guide you now. I can't tell you what to do because you're an adult. You feel me? But I can guide you a little bit, right? So now it's my son. He's 16 years old. Zaria, JP, Zaria, Journey, Janai, and Jordan, right? And those are the babies that I'm worried about currently right now. So with their mothers is, I need money today. I might not be able to get that to you till next Tuesday. Well, that's not going to work. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Right. So it's communication.
That's it.
It's basic communication.
That's it. I need you to pick your daughter up. I got to work. Oh, I don't care. What you mean you don't care? So when I get fired from my job, you know I can't pay that child support.
I think,
There we go. There we go.
So it's basically communication and making sure that the child needs is met. But
Absolutely.
it's always communication seems to be an issue. It sounds like that. It's like because on the other side of it, it's like, okay, I'm not sure her situation, but you know, if she got to work too, so it's about communication and planning. Like somebody has to pick the child up.
So if we were, and I just say this all the time, if we were together, and you loved me as much as I loved you, you would kind of fix your schedule around me. If I make more money than you would say, all right, I got to work second shift. But because you're mad at me, you're not going to take that second shift job. You're going to take the first shift job knowing that I got to work and then say, oh, your daughter got to go to a doctor's appointment. So,
well, I think that's speculation. Like,
it's not speculation.
Wait.
It's not.
Wait.
Nah.
You're saying that's.
It's not.
I agree with that.
It's not.
If we was together,
it wouldn't be this hard.
You made sacrifices. Now that we're not together, and you don't like me no more.
You don't want to make no
sense. I don't care what you got going on in your life. So it's like,
I gotta do this.
What? What? Really? It's 3 of us, and we all say the same thing. So that means if it quacks like a duck, and it walks like a duck.
Wait.
It's
Hold
a
up.
duck.
Flag on the play.
Go ahead,
what
flag
you're
on the flag.
telling me is that when you're with your significant other and you guys are sharing the responsibility of your child, everything is peachy and cream. The schedules are worked out. Everything.
Oh, we gotta communicate.
Yeah, you guys.
Right.
So then, but the minute you're no longer with that person, then it's a whole big issue of
come now. I
Come
need you.
now.
I don't care what you got to do.
Yep.
If I lose my job and I can't take care of my kids,
Been in that situation.
But if she lose her job and she can't take care, if the child is living with her,
Right.
She has the child 24 hours a day, right? And
whose fault is that?
who?
I'm quick to say. Everybody always says it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Only takes one to take your pill. So make sure you're on birth
we
control.
skipping over to you. Okay, so we going back to the co-parenting thing because he's talking about.
Everybody know how I feel. Like you're gonna have this baby. You're gonna deal with the responsibility of being a parent. If something happens to me and I'm running the street and I get shot, you're a mom. You're a single mom. You can't call on me to do none of that stuff. You knew you was dating a drug dealer. You knew what could possibly happen. Now you switch up and I changed my life and now I gotta work. I'm gonna grind. Like I'm out here in these streets. I gotta make money. I got kids I gotta feed. So if I say I can't do it, respect that because I'm gonna pop up on the other end with something for you and the child.
So yeah, your situation is a little different.
Right.
But y'all get what he's saying.
If you're not running the street, it's just like
They don't care.
if you're not with them, they kind of say, "Oh, all right, whatever. I don't even care about your other kids.
Don't care.
You got to do what I want you to do."
For my
And
kid.
that's the thing, it's
My
like
kid.
a control type of thing. Like
The control.
if you're not doing what I want you to do, then it's like, oh,
I've been
then
in
don't
that.
do what I don't. Just don't even come around no more.
I've been in that situation.
So they use their child as control.
Yes, they
Absolutely.
did.
How to control it.
Absolutely.
So you guys experience that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I was in and out of jobs at one point, and I was working construction, and I just had got on finishing school, and I was on my way to work. My daughter mom popped up on me. I'm like, come on, I gotta go to work. If I don't, I just started. I can get fired.
I don't care.
I get fired.
Get fired then.
Only saving of that situation. I thank God for my next door neighbor. I love her to death. She came outside and said, "Ray, go to work. I'll handle this."
Okay.
Because if I wouldn't, I would have probably got the cops and gun called on me. Because you know Delaware is a woman's state.
Right.
It's a woman's state. We as men ain't gonna get that
Nothing.
same.
Every state is a woman's state.
Well,
there ain't
yeah.
a state out here that's going to sit there and say, "You're a man. We're going to let you go."
Well, I figured that, but
Right.
if you don't have your ducks in order and
No.
you don't know the policy of certain things, they're not going to
Don't
hear
care.
what you're saying.
It's not gonna be easy.
It's not going to be easy.
I went
So
to child
you
support.
got to know your order of what you receipts wise. Save your receipts, say everything, text message, screens. I did everything, screenshots, everything, PFAs, all that. I did all that. So if you don't have that order that you need to know when you produce your case to the judge, it's going to hand over there. It's going over there. So I was in that particular, and I thank God for her because I went to work. She handled it, and then I ain't had no word on it.
I ain't going to court without a lawyer.
So AJ, talk about it a little bit. They got me. I'm the only woman up here, but I'm gonna hold my.
It's okay. We got love for you, though. We got love for you.
Listen. But I'm gonna hold it. It's okay.
Absolutely.
AJ, tell me a little bit about. You said that they tend to hold the child against you, like maybe.
They would definitely use it as like some type of control, or they'll start seeing you choosing favoritism between your kids, or you show more attention to this child and you don't do as much for this kid, and it's like, yo, this kid is in my
Every
care
day.
every single day.
Every day.
So I know what he needs, I know what he don't need, I know what he gotta do. If a child lives with you, it's like he can't really pick up the phone and call and say, "Dad, I gotta do this, I gotta do that."
Right.
So you're his voice, but you don't know how to talk to me because you still either got feelings or you still want to be with the person.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, yo, your son gotta do da 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 da. Start with saying hello, how you doing?
No.
Oh, you didn't even ask me how I'm doing. Yo, hey, boom. Can you talk for a second? Okay, boom. So and so need X, Y, Z, or can we do this day, and can you do this that day?
Absolutely.
Not all that aggressive, because now it's like
You go in the defensive
I'm
mode.
putting up the different variety. And
Right.
it's like,
And
now
then we
it's
wrong.
good for nobody, and now you're still stuck because you have the kids. So it's
Right.
like, oh, I didn't get anywhere with that conversation of me being smart. And it's like, it might sound crazy, but it's like, talk to me with some respect, and I can talk to you with respect. But then when you get disrespectful, it's like, oh, all right.
You
It doesn't sound
You already know
crazy.
you
I
have a
mean,
baby
respect
with,
is
so it's
respect.
like, yeah.
I
Right.
mean, You want respect. So, I mean, that doesn't sound crazy to ask for
Simple.
respect.
Simple. Give me what you want me to give you. If you want,
Yeah.
if you want love, give me love. If you want respect, and listen, men, we are the simplest creatures in the world. If you respect us, we will die for you. Period. If you respect me and talk to me like I'm somebody or I'm the person, look, I say all the time, right? When my baby mom yelled, I said, you ain't talk to me like this when I was, You feel me? I want you to talk to me like that. Like I'm still there. I'm still in that moment. Keep that moment, right? In raising our children, because what we're doing, if we can communicate properly and talk to each other with love, we're showing our children that you don't necessarily have to be with the man or be with the father of your kids, but you can have a relationship with them that's non-sexual. We can toss sex to the side, but just talk to me. What's up? What's going on with you? How you feeling today? Are you okay? Is everything good? Can I help you out? Nobody ever called and asked me if they could give me a couple dollars. When you calling me, you want to receive. And I don't know no place where you could just receive money for nothing. What is my daughter doing? All right, I get her for the weekend, no problem. What you need? I don't need nothing, Dad. Your mom said you needed it. I don't need none of that stuff. So what was I going to give you the money for?
Well, children don't always know what they need. So hold on.
Why don't they?
Well, in his case, he got older kids.
They get older kids, but children don't always know what they need, okay? So I think sometimes when the person is not in the house raising a child, they don't really understand exactly what goes on in the house. Now, I'm not saying that you're supposed to pay every bill that I have or whatever, but if you're taking, it's part of taking care of your child, though. So if you're giving child support,
how much money is enough money?
Hold on.
Right.
If you're giving child support, or if you're, or at least providing the things that your children need, like it wouldn't be an issue. But sometimes a lot of mothers that I've talked to, now a lot of mothers I talk to, the issue is that the father is not providing for the child. Like not providing financially or spending time with the child. So that's where a lot of the frustration and anger for some mothers now. But then there are some, it's for some mothers. And then there are some mothers who are upset about the whole relationship thing and forget about the needs of the child.
Correct.
So that they are angry. They're very angry because the relationship didn't work out. Maybe the person cheated, or there's just a lot of things that some of the men do disrespectfully, and they don't think it's disrespectful.
Why you look at me and smile?
And we as women, we see things disrespectful. So I always tell moms, like, you got to respect your baby father, the father of your children. You should just respect them. They're not your children. They're men, right? So sometimes you kill one there. Sometimes it doesn't look like that, and then it seems like they're just having a whole issue with the father and forget about the child. But let me ask you a question. So if you're in a situation with the mother of your child and it's a lot of yada 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 stuff, do you hang up? Okay. Do you still provide what the child needs? Like, how do you get from hearing all this stuff to making sure the child actually get what they need?
At some point, the man or the woman, whether the woman decides she's gonna grow up, you gotta say, yo, don't call me. I'll figure out what the baby needs and I'll give it to you. Like, or I can just give it to, you put somebody in the middle, which is kind of hard too, because it's like, no, I could get my mom to be the middleman and I can give her the stuff, she can bring it to you. Or at some point, you should be able to just be like, yo, I'm going to put this on your doorstep and I'm going to head out. You ain't even got to see me. Hey, boom, it's outside. What you asked for. Or it's not really hard to know what a kid need, but when, the child don't live with you, it's kind of like, all right, you can text me and say, yo, he need this, he need that, or he need a couple of hours to get a haircut. Oh, okay, well, I'll pick him up from school. Like, avoid this. If it's real toxic and real bad, just avoid all contact at some point with the parent until y'all are like able to get to that point of talking and just saying, yo, hey, what's up? How you doing? How my son.
So you add a third party. There's never a time where you just step off from the kid because the mother is so toxic.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying at a time, it's like at some point, if it get that bad, and even with the middle person, you might guys. It's unfair to the child, but it's like, yo. I gotta get away from this whole
Yeah,
situation.
you don't
It's
want
like,
to.
yo,
You don't want to damage a child's life.
you're going to end up in jail dealing with this girl.
So-
So it's like,
Well, go ahead, because we as moms, we can't just step off from our kid because the father is
You're,
toxic.
you're
Go
choosing to step off by not having any respect for the father. You chose to have that child. You chose to have that child.
You chose to make that child.
I didn't make it. You made it. You made it in your oven. I put the stuff in you.
Yeah, you put the stuff. Wait,
And if you would have took your pill like you were supposed to, it wouldn't even be here. We wouldn't even be dealing with any of that stuff. You can't say I made it. I didn't
Another
carry it.
flag on the play.
Go ahead.
Another
Come
flag
on.
the play.
Come on.
You are not going to give sole responsibility for the woman to receive from you and have a child.
Who feeds that child when that child's in your stomach? You.
Listen.
Ho. Everything you eat, that child eats.
Yes.
Every place you go, that child goes.
Uh-huh.
If you get in a car accident, that child gets in the car accident with you.
Yeah.
There's no way for you to separate that child from
Yes,
you.
from the get-go, we have been responsible since conception.
For those 9 months. So guess what? That is your responsibility.
No, you can't make a child. You can't make a child and say, "Nah, listen. If I step out or if I'm there, you still responsible. It's all on you."
That's not what I'm
What
saying.
you saying?
What I'm saying is, if we come to a situation and you say you're pregnant, I'm like, nah, you can't have that baby. You already know that I don't want the baby. So now you're gonna have the baby on purpose, and then call me 10 months later talking about.
You got a lot of situations going on.
No, that's not any of my situations.
That's
That's not any of my situations.
Some people do that.
Some people do that.
Some people
have the
do that.
baby, and
trying to prove a point.
You're trying to have a baby to prove a point. You're not trying to have a baby to be a mother. You want to be a mother, you're supposed to be nurturing. And if you're nurturing, you know how to talk to people. If you don't know how to talk to people, if you don't know how to put your mother head on,
you're still
put that joint
young-minded.
on and talk. Man, we going to have years of fussing and fighting and screaming and hollering. And then guess who see that? The kids.
kids.
And then guess how your daughter's going to grow up?
Just like
doing
her.
the same
The
thing.
same
And then
thing.
guess what they going to end up doing? The same thing
thing.
you did. And then the same thing. And then you just pass it down
Repetitive.
generational hurt to your children, and you would have a child knowing you could have popped the plan B and been done.
But you also see this.
some women do that.
I wish they had birth control pills for men.
Me too.
It wouldn't be no babies out here. Literally, if you could take a birth control pill, would you take it?
Listen.
Absolutely. How about you?
It's called
Absolutely.
condoms. It's called condoms.
No, I don't want to put it in a bag.
Or abstinence.
I'm not.
But you gonna put a
Wawa
bun in
don't
her.
even give you a bag now.
I'm not fooling with you. We're going back to the parents. You got a whole segment by yourself.
By myself, I told you. I've been doing this. I've been doing,
Yeah.
especially talking about this because this is real.
Because here's the thing.
Right.
No matter how the child got here.
Absolutely,
right,
it's your responsibility.
the responsibility is of the parents,
Yes,
whoever
me
made
and
the
you.
child, the father and the
Right,
mother,
right.
whoever signed papers,
Absolutely,
whatever. I don't
absolutely.
care how you became a parent. It's your responsibility to make sure that child is nurtured,
Mm-hmm.
provided for, protected for, emotionally, mentally, physically, everything. It's both parties
Right.
for the benefit of the child.
Absolutely.
All the weight should not be on one person.
No, it shouldn't.
But if you don't allow the other person to participate in help, what are you supposed to do?
Or if you don't know how to talk.
How about a court system, though?
But sometimes the court system don't work out.
But the court,
Just say
in,
court.
in a sense, let me like, okay, in a
Just-
sense, say you go to court, right? It still falls on one person majority of the time. So it's like, you put me on child support, I'm only entitled to pay what this court is asking me to do. So the child still is going to live with you. They might give me every other weekend or one side of the week, and then a couple days here and there. But majority of the weight still gonna fall on you because you want half of my check. So
I don't know what kind of baby mamas y'all dealing with.
The court system is
I'm
out.
not on child support for none of my kids.
I
Now
had,
I'm on one.
I had 6 kids until I got on child support. And the 7th kid, we went on child support, and it was, I told her, you feel me? Because she called me and she was like, I need some more money. And I was like, man, you take me to child support. I didn't really think she was going to do it. So she pulled my bluff, you feel me? And so in return, I got a lawyer, called her in there, gave her $500 a month. You feel me? I'm in Jordan's life. I would love to be in all my kids' life the same way, but they're older now and they doing things. They don't want to be around dad. Dad's in a radio station. When Jordan gets a little bit older, she's not going to want to be here all the time. You feel me?
Right.
It's hard for me because I'm following my dream a little late in life, right? Maybe I should have did it when I was younger. And then people wouldn't be as mad at me as you always at the station. But I'm always here. I'm always working. You know, if I'm not working this, I'm working my job with the DA's office. When you ever heard of a drug dealer working for the DA's office? A convicted felony having drug dealer working for the DA's office to bring resources to their community. Like everything I'm doing, I'm supposed to be doing for my community. So I'm not out here running the streets. I'm not in the bars. I might go in boots and bonnets every now and then, have a drink. You feel me? Like, but I'm not out here doing it heavy. You know what I mean? Like if my man come through, oh yeah, let's go to the bonnets, let's have a drink. But I'm not abusing it. So if I call and I say, yo, I can't do this day, or I need you to get whoever or pick somebody up, it shouldn't be no problems because you know what I'm doing for my kids. Right. I'm not doing this for me. I already did everything for me. You know what I mean?
Right. So a little bit more understanding and communication.
Yes.
It's all about communication.
It's all about communication.
Yes,
really
but
when you're talking about not just going to court for child support, you as a father, if you feel like the mother of your children is not holding up to her end of the bargain or hindering you or preventing you from doing what you want to do as a father, basically seeing your child, provide for your child, nurture your child. If you feel like the mother of your child is not doing that, why not you take the mother to court?
Because I don't think no man want to take on the responsibility of taking on a child full on.
Well, I can put it that way.
I really ain't have a choice.
Right.
In the beginning. But I did do that. And you know how many times, like, okay, we're going to take it and say, yo, we're going to do a week on, a week off, or we're going to have certain days out of the week you're supposed to get the kid. It might mean something on paper, but instead it's like, oh, all right.
I ain't got to show up.
I'm not doing that.
Right.
You know how many times I got denied in the court, like, oh, all right. I went and put a motion in, put the papers in. Oh, but we can't find her. But when it was me, y'all came to my job.
What? Lock him
Hand
up.
it.
Oh,
Hand it to him.
here we go. Hey, we got something for you.
You want to know?
This? And the baby lived with me, so I'm like, oh, okay.
You want to know why?
That's crazy.
Because they just guidelines.
Yep.
Child support ain't no law on child support.
All
they
the
just
paper.
guidelines.
Oh, you gotta have your paper lined
They
up.
just telling you that you gotta pay.
But see, my question is, because when I hear this, the fathers are always saying, oh, she won't let me do this or she won't let me do that. And I'm just trying to understand.
I don't like that.
Won't you fight? Like, I'm going to fight for my child.
It's a hard fight.
It's all.
But it's
honestly.
a fight that's worth it, though,
It's-
don't
it's-
you
it
It's
think?
very much worth
It's
it,
very
but it's
much.
like you gotta have the time, you gotta have either
Money.
the money,
Lawyer.
definitely gotta have the money because it's like they could come in with a public defender and just fresh out of college trying to get a name.
Beat you up your
They
head
still going.
and take
So
all your money.
you think that's why some fathers, like, if they're dealing with toxic women, they just step off completely?
Yes.
And not really
Some
have a
do.
relationship
Yes.
with
Some
their
do.
child?
Some do.
Yes.
But in most cases, I would say it's somebody don't know how to remove sex, so the sex is what's keeping them around. Or they could come in and step in and out because it's like, oh, all right, the feelings is still there, so it's like, all right, my feelings is still there for you. Yes, I know I have this kid, but as long as I can get that out of you,
I'm good.
I'm good.
Let me ask another question.
I'll step
'cause-
away. You good. You good. You got 18 minutes. Go ahead.
Let me ask the question. No, I'm gonna flip it just a little bit. So, you have children who they live with their mother, and their mother is either with someone else, or they're married. Like either they're dating someone else and they're married. Like, how do you guys deal with that type of situation? Have you dealt with that situation of like co-parenting
You know I
with
deal with
someone else involved, or
Yeah.
or this dude can't tell my child what to do? Like, you know, those type, because I hear a lot of different things.
Both of them.
And as a man, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of men have like egos, like, yo, that's my child. You don't say this to my child. You don't do this to my child.
I don't do that. My
So-
daughter's 14 and my son is 7. Both of my kids' mom are married.
Okay.
So I don't have no issue. All I want to know is,
Who is he?
my kid is healthy and safe. That's it.
That's it.
My daughter got her own cell phone. She can pick up the phone and say, Dad,
Yeah.
this what's going on. And I'm down there. My son, he's 7. I'm going through the same situation with her where he did say something to me. I did approach him, but it ain't go no farther. My son was there, what made me pull back and say, I don't want to fight in front of my son. I could have did it, but what does that prove to my son? That's how that's how men handle things, by fighting. No, I said, you know what? Let me pull back. My son always said, Dad, when can I see you? I'm on my way. But he knows I'm there.
Right.
He knows that's his stepdad.
Okay.
Because when he said, my stepdad says this, I mean, my daughter, my stepdad says this. It's never, but they respect him. But my son, he's always say, I'm okay, Dad. My daughter says I'm okay. And I'm fine. But once it gets to that level where now their safety concerned, now I have to question their mom.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What's going on that you don't see this?
I'm in love.
Yeah. Then we go to the next step. Like, all right, well, I'm pulling them out. They come with me. But if her safety is good, I'm good.
All right. How about you, AJ?
Well, I would love if they, if it don't work out, I'd love for y'all to find a decent guy that I can say, yo, I respect that man for stepping up. Because it takes a lot to take on
somebody else's child, right?
If I know the person that you it's like, never take care of their own kids. What makes you think they're gonna help you out?
Right.
But then a lot of times it's like, oh well, how do you know I want him to be the dad? What are you dealing with the guy for? I can't tell you who to date or who to choose to be around, but I can kind of have like a say in who I want around my kids.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, if you gonna have company, bro,
just call me.
I'll take my son.
Right.
But like a bunch of different men and all this craziness is like, nah, he don't need to be around that. And also, not every man needs to meet your child, so it's like, got to pick a better playing field to play in, because it's like,
it's hard.
The choices that you got there is kind of crazy, and it's like,
don't
that's
ask
not a
me.
good role model for my child. Like, okay, my son knows not who I am, but it's like, okay, if you get a man, cool.
No problem.
But is he gonna be a decent role model to your son?
Right.
That's good.
For me.
So you're not upset that they with somebody else. You want them to be with somebody. You just want them to be with a person that's actually add value to the family.
Right, and if you're not with somebody else, please just don't bother me.
For me, it's the respect of me meeting him to see if he's worthy in being in my kid's life. Not about being with you, right? Is he worthy of being in my kid's life? What is he going to show my children? What is he going to show my child? I don't want nobody that's going to show my child how to be a bum or how to just sit around and drink all day. And I don't want my daughters. I have mostly daughters, one son.
Mm-hmm.
For my oldest 3 kids, their mom, she goes out. She doesn't bring nobody to the house. She was raised Muslim, so she doesn't bring anybody to the house. You know what I mean? My Zaria's mom is she has a boyfriend. I met him, and that was my whole thing, right? It was more so his beef with me. You feel me? Like, I'm like, bro, I'm good. Trust me, I'm not that type of guy that's gonna come and shake your hand and stick a knife in your back for a chick. I got a daughter with her. I love her for the sake of my daughter. That's it. You feel me? Like, this is your house. So since it's your house, my daughter will respect you. You feel me? My daughter won't talk back to you. You feel me? If you call me and say my daughter's disrespectful, I'm going to come down there and I'm going to say, yo, you can beat her, go ahead. I'm watching you, though. I don't want you to hit her on her face or nothing like that, but you can hit her on her hand and say, don't do that no more, because she has to learn discipline from you, because this is your house. I'm not in this house. So for me to come down here and be like, oh, man, don't touch my daughter, nigga, why you want your daughter to run around the house and be disrespectful to him?
Right.
You feel me? So she should have respect for him. You feel me? For anybody, right? So, and if as a woman you don't have respect for the person that you had a kid with, why you even trying another relationship? Why don't you go get the help that you need? Go talk to a therapist. Because if you're not willing to sit there and say, you're my baby dad, this is my new boyfriend, we have a child together, let's raise them up accordingly. Because a woman will always find help. It'll always be a brother sitting right there like, I ain't got nowhere to live. I love you. Let me lay on that. Yeah, I got you. He gonna give you a pound. He gonna take you to Pound Town, you feel me? And he gonna make sure he take the trash out. Other than that, you paying all the bills. You taking care of everything. You just want somebody to be with you. You know what I mean? Make sure he has respect for my daughter. Make sure he has respect for my son. Or then I have to.
So basically, you don't mind your children's mother to be in a relationship. You actually want that, but you want to make sure that there's added value.
Right.
Added value, and you also got to make sure their relationship is cool, because when she get a bad thing from him, she gonna burn your house down. She gonna ring your phone, you all types. I'm talking about just a simple thing. Like, I ain't put no lotion on the kid's face.
There are some women out here that are very mature.
I'm a man. I ain't worried about no lotion. I go out ashy all the time. Look at my legs. My legs ashy now. You feel me? Like, I'm not worried about none of that stuff.
They ashy. You agree?
I ain't in the ashy, but I agree with what you think.
Right.
Like I said,
I think it's all about, I'm coming from the perspective of being a single mom and was married, so I had both sides of it. And I would never talk bad about my child's father. I would never want any harm to come to him, because I want him to be able to be a good father to my child,
Right.
whether he wants to or not.
Right.
Like, I'm going to promote that relationship,
Right.
and it don't have nothing to do with me. Even the person that he's with, I don't have an issue with that.
Now, I ain't never talk negative
I-
around my kids. If I got my kids, I never talk negative about their mom or whatever. Now, when I'm by myself, I would like,
Right.
this get on my nerves. But I want them to show I'm gonna respect your mom. No matter what, at the end of the day, I respect your mom. I'm never gonna talk negative about you, about your mom in front of you.
Yeah.
So they can have the respect for their moms.
Right. You want to make sure that you're setting your children up not to have a generational, pretty much what we call a generational curse, but generational negativity.
Right.
You want it to be positive. So what would you tell single fathers out here, whether they're have their children at home raising them, or they're just actively in their life, or even the ones that are not active? What would you tell them? How would you tell them to navigate the system, or what to do so that they can be, a leader in their child's life?
You just gotta show them. If you're not in the kids' life, just show them that you want to be in there. Small steps. Even if it's like, I'm going to grab them for a few hours. Going to go to the mall. That 2 hours can be priceless to the kids because they're with their dad. Yeah. It's something small like that, and then you build from there. Because kids, they're going to trust you. They got to trust you first before they do anything.
Right.
Because if they don't fool you, if a kid ain't going to fool with you, they ain't going to fool with you.
How about you, AJ? What would you say?
I'm gonna say it to both people. If y'all don't have no kids, make sure it's the right woman to have a kid with.
What?
Number one, make sure she wants to be a mom. Like that's a passion of hers. Like that she wants that. Not, oh, you got her pregnant and you force her to keep the baby so you can run out and be a bum. It never works that way. So, because now your kid is stuck without a mom and a dad because she was forced into having a baby. But to the ones that already have babies, kind of build up a wall where you can block out that, the other parent. If y'all can't ever co-parent and become cool enough for the child, some stuff is common sense. Like, you know what you need on the daily, everyday wake up. Just, if you could drop it off, just drop it off. Or if you got to go to the courthouse and get it in writing where you getting this day, you getting that day, and the school is the meeting point where you don't even got to see the mom. There it is. And if your son is, or if your kids are, like, I guess younger, where the voice has to be the mom, just try to, like, listen to what they're saying for 2 minutes. And then if you feel like it's going left, just hang up.
Yeah.
Because outside of that, you're going to have jail, you're going to have classes, and they got classes. So you can, you weigh your options and pick and choose. If you can't be there, then I guess just rock out and just, I don't know, figure something else out. Or just don't be upset when she do find somebody else to be there for your kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How about you? What would you tell father?
I don't know. I mean, it's first of all, protect yourself. I tell my son all the time, man, he's 16 years old. I know I said earlier, I'm not wearing no bag, but man, put that bag on, bro. Because, like you said, I have to be responsible for me. So if I have to be responsible for me being responsible is making sure you can't get pregnant. That's why I said birth control pills for men. Let's look that up. Come on, scientists everywhere in the world, unite.
I think they tried it already.
I really know they have it.
Yeah.
They just don't want to come out with it. Right. But I would tell all the fathers out there, man, listen, you will run across females that can be disrespectful. Love your children no matter what. Right? Talk to your children no matter what. Right? She can yell, she can fuss, she can scream, she can holler. Your kids can see that. Have a conversation with your kids and let them know, right? Mommy might be having an off day, right? Dad will always be here. Mommy will never scare me off, right? And for the fathers that are the aggressor in the situation, calm down, bro. She don't want you no more, right? And it's hard sometimes to look at someone that you had and see them with somebody else, so you feel like you gotta be the tough guy. You gotta walk in there. You don't have to do all that. You don't, because there's a female out there for you. You just ain't looking for her because you're too busy worried about your baby mom, right? And she ain't worried about you no more. But love your children. Talk to your children. Care for your children. Try your best to provide for your children. I changed my life so my children can, on the day that I die, they can say that I was something other than a drug dealer. I was something other than a father that just picked them up, took them shopping, you feel me, and kept things moving, right? I created this radio station really for them. They didn't really want no parts on it, so I had to work on outside. And so any gift that you can give to your kids is worth giving to them 1,000,000 times, right? And I tell my son all the time, bro, I love you. I'll die for you 1,000,000 times the same way. The same, they can cut my head off, my arms off, just leave my torso just laying in the ground, and then they can run that over with a car. I'll do that for you 1,000,000 times because I love you that much. So, and it's hard for children to understand what you'll deal with because you love them. So just, you got the mom, she yelling, she fussing, she screaming, she hollering, she taking you to child support, she don't care, she disrespectful. That's her. She got to answer for that. Trust and believe me, she's going to answer for that. Karma's what is karma?
Just do what you got.
girl.
Basically, what we say.
Bad girl.
Karma come back around real quick. You like, ah!
Bad girl.
I don't believe in that karma stuff. So.
No?
No, because I would never want what you did to me that was so hurtful for it to happen to you.
But a woman scoring is the
I
hardest
mean,
thing.
I've been a scorned woman, but I would never want whatever pain you put on me. I don't want you to have that same pain.
Oh, you good.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't. I really don't because at the end of the
rare.
day,
But
Yeah,
you're at
I
that
mean-
point, and
you're at
you
your
probably had to get to that point.
no,
Have you
even
always
like
thought of that?
You've always been like that?
I just don't want.
I kind of
I don't
want
like.
you to feel
I
what
don't
want
like.
you.
Not
I
one
want
negative
you to
thought?
have that hurt. Like,
I mean, I've had some negative thoughts about
Okay,
my
okay.
ex-husband. Like,
Okay,
don't get me wrong.
okay.
But
That-
I would never want whatever a person done to me that was so egregious and that hurt me so bad. I don't want it to come about back to you.
So you don't
I
think
want-
karma came back to your ex-husband at all?
I don't even care if it. I don't want. I actually pray for his goodness.
You know it did.
I pray for his goodness. I pray for his well-being. I pray for him, even
Right.
though the situation.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's still my children's father. Like, I
But
don't
you know
want-
it came back around.
I don't know what happened because I don't look at it.
Right.
Like, I'm just going to keep it moving. Like, I don't want
She
anything
know
bad
it
to
came back
happen to
around.
people. I
You
just
can't
don't
duck-
see.
You can't run
I
from
don't-
karma.
I
It
don't-
came back to me.
Because the things that I've done to people, I don't want that to come back on me now. Like,
then don't
I
do
want
nothing bad to
forget.
nobody.
Like, I mean, we've all done things that we wasn't so
Supposed to.
happy
Hell
to
yeah.
do and we weren't supposed to do. But why is it that you did something to me and now I want you to feel that pain?
No, I
Like,
don't-
I don't want you to feel that
I
pain.
don't want you to feel it. I
But
know it
something-
will happen.
Sometime it happens.
I'm a little
Sometimes-
younger than them. I wanted them to feel that. I
I'm a
wanted y'all
little
to feel
different.
that.
I just don't want that.
I wanted y'all to sit there and cry like I
Right,
cried. I wanted
right.
y'all to feel that. I wanted y'all to get cheated on. I wanted everything to happen. And it happened how I wanted it.
I'm just glad you ain't
But
said
that-
you wanted
but-
them to get an STD. I'm glad you ain't say
y'all-
that.
see,
It
that's,
happened.
that's a
So
hurt
it's just
person
like,
talking.
there it is.
That is a hurt person talking. That means that you
Yeah,
have.
I was.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
a
hurt.
person that has not forgiven and have not moved on from the hurt and pain. So you, of course, if you haven't forgiven somebody, you want bad stuff to happen. But at the end of the day, like, I don't want nothing ill for you. I just worried about what I'm doing over here and living the positive life so that none of that stuff will move.
Well, I
on.
like what you said. It coming from a hurt person.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
very-
yeah.
I
Hurt
was
people.
He was hurt.
16,
Hurt people,
17.
hurt people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heal people, heal
was
people.
torn
So
apart,
we got to
nigga.
stop
What was
walking
going
around with all this hurt and we have to begin to heal.
Correct.
All right, we're going to leave that
Well,
today
like you said,
we
get help. Talk to a therapist.
yeah,
We still got 2 minutes.
we're gonna leave this alone
You
because I
also
feel
say
like
to
this
them,
is gonna
like-
go another way.
Why?
But listen, you go. I just want to also say that don't think that because we're in a female state that the man can't get everything. Like with my oldest son, his mom on child support. I get food stamps. I get the benefits. I get everything
Everything.
that the woman would get.
Right.
So that's good to know. That's good out there. So like,
But you
it's
need
worth
her.
it.
She needs to say no. You feel me? Like if
Nah,
the woman
nah.
says, "I want to be involved," just a
If
little
you get
bit.
the benefits. They got a person that come and speak for you.
Yeah.
Like if you go to the courthouse and try to do it, it's hard. But if you
Right.
go to the actual child support building
Right.
or the social service building and they say, "Yo, I need X, Y, and Z going on," they'll get a person that come in there and they're there to speak for you. So you just sit in the back and you don't have to say much. It's just like, hey.
So there is a way. So
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
way in the courthouse for you
It's
to
a
get.
little harder, but
Right.
you gotta.
Yeah, but
you gotta know
if
a
you
couple
want to do
things.
it, if you're raising your children by and the mom's not involved, the same thing the mothers do. They take the fathers to court if they don't
Yeah.
step up or whatever.
Yes, correct.
So there's a way, like, so there's no excuse for a man to not really be able to take care of his child.
You can get housing, you can get this, you can get that.
There's no excuse.
There's no,
I'm just saying.
There's no excuse.
There's no excuse. If you want to be in your child's life,
You'll be there.
you'll figure out a way.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna leave on that note. I'm not gonna say nothing else. Thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure, really just hearing a side from a man, because I only could hear the side from me because I'm a woman, but just to hear a different perspective of the things that you guys go through. I do hear a lot of times it is a struggle for a man to be able to do things because of the woman. And I just wanted to hear from your perspective of what happens and why is there such a struggle for black men to be able to really be in their children's life the way that they want to be. So you guys gave me some good insight on what is actually going on, and that when I talk to people, when I'm trying to coach them and get them to be able to do this parenting thing right, some issues that we can address so that we can avoid some of these situations. But thank you so much. Tune in next week. We are going to have a married couple on here raising children in the same household.
Let's go.